Hello, everybody, and a warm welcome to the 2021 PGA Championship and to PGA Coaching Live presented by Cadillac. We're here at Kiawah Island's Ocean Course bringing you all the best insights, tips, and recommendations from our expert coaches inside the ropes at the Major Championship with the strongest field in men's golf to help you improve your golf game at home. And with that, we welcome you inside our PGA Coaching Live set brought to you by Cadillac. We have had an amazing day full of instruction. We couldn't be in a more beautiful spot, and now we have the Wanamaker Trophy back with us.
It's unbelievable. It's this beauty right here, 27 pounds. We saw Collin Morikawa lift it up and knock the lid off of that thing last year, but he doesn't care. He's the PGA champion, and he's trying to defend this thing tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, the lid coming off is an easy thing to do with that thing. And one of the names on there at the bottom, Brooks Koepka, we were just watching on the driving range. He was hitting balls, and then on the other end was Bryson DeChambeau hitting absolute bombs.
We saw that for sure. I mean, even into this deep wind, Bryson was hitting a 313 in the air. That's pretty hefty stuff. But he wants to do what Brooks Koepka did and at least win one of these things. Brooks, back-to-back PGA champion 2018 and 19. And Bryson definitely wants one. I think his guns could pick this thing up, too.
Yeah, and if you want to hit balls over 300 yards, you're going to need a coach. Tell the viewers at home why they should get a coach.
The coaches are so important in the motivation and the inspirational points of the game. These players out here, everybody's got a coach. And it's just so important because you have to, there's so many parts of the game that you just have to try to learn, and the PGA coach is there to help you on your journey to wherever you want to go in the game, and everybody needs one.
Absolutely, and we are PGA Coaching Live, brought to you by Cadillac, so let's get a quick coaching tip from you, Steve.
All right, so with all this wind that we've talked about, these players are going to miss greens. They absolutely are. And so what's going to happen is they're going to miss it, and sometimes they're going to miss it on the short side. And what I mean on the short side is where they don't have a lot of green to work with from the edge of the green to the hole location. So we have to find out, how are we going to hit this shot? So how are we going to hit that kind of soft spinning shot that can really grab? So really the key is, take your left palm and point it to the sky, almost like you were having a phone in your hand and you're taking a selfie. And so I want you to hold your hand like that and then put the golf club in your hand, very square, very up and down. The toe of the club almost at 12 o'clock on a dial and the heel at 6. And then you're just going to grip it normal. And what's going to happen is that club face is going to open right up. And from that point, I'm going to be able to create more speed. If I create more speed with this shot, it's going to come out about half speed, and it's going to have a lot of spin to it, and it's going to be able to hit, and it's going to stop. But the key is that all these players need to have, Melanie, is they have to miss the green in the into the wind side. If they miss it on the downwind side, they can kiss their par goodbye.
Yeah, that's going to be super important this week. And hey, if you just want to have some more fun with your friends, or maybe you want to win the PGA Championship one day just like Tiger Woods did, we've got you covered.
What?
Well, Tiger Woods was certainly a trailblazer ever since he came on the scene in the fall of 1996. But we have a trailblazer of our own right here, the 41st president of the PGA of America, Suzy Whaley. Welcome to our set.
What a treat to be with both of you on this set. I'm thrilled to be here.
Well, you were spending some time on the golf course today. This is a golf course that you're very familiar with. You played here. You were actually the first woman to make the cut in the PPC back in 2005. Explain what these players are thinking and going through for the first time that they're playing this golf course.
You know, I think if it's your first time playing out here, it's definitely intimidating. I call it the beauty and the beast. So while it's absolutely beautiful because there's 10 holes on the Atlantic Ocean, the most of any course in the United States, the other ones, forget it, because you're hitting a lot of club in. So I absolutely love playing here. Really honored to have made the cut here, played 4 days. One of my fondest memories is one of our past presidents following me around in the pouring rain on the last day, playing the golf course. But for these players, you know, everybody I've spoken with today, it's just all about controlling your ball, right? Knowing where that ball is, flighting the golf ball, ensuring you know where your golf ball is going, which we all know is incredibly hard in 20-mile-an-hour gusts. And that's what they're going to be facing.
Yeah, certainly. You followed anybody around out there? I mean, what are they saying about the prospects of the ability to score or the lack thereof out here?
You know, they're all pretty subtle about it. I talked to Colin Morikawa today. I talked to Rory. I talked to Brooks. And really, every one of them has said, look, when it's this windy, we're just trying to make pars. And we're going to make some birdies when we can. We're going to get those holes in when it's downwind. So I'm like, okay, so you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 birdies, right? Make that little corner coming back straight into the wind, and just hope you can hang on for dear life, especially on 17, where I'd be hitting driver to try to carry it with par 3, to even try to carry it onto the green.
Right.
Suzy's game is impressive. I've witnessed it myself, captain of our women's PGA Cup team. You've been in some high-pressure situations, playing in a PGA Tour event. What's your #1 advice for these players dealing with some emotions so they can be mentally strong out there?
Yeah, you know, for my students, and whether it's a tour player, whether you're playing your first 9-hole match for the first time, whether you're going out with a new person that you've been paired with that you don't know, I always just ask them to stay in the routine, to be them, to play their game. But I think routine was critically important for me when I played in a PGA Tour event. Nerves will get the better of you. And what I knew I could do really well is I could do my routine well. So I practiced that. So, you know, one practice swing, walking in 4 steps every single time, taking a deep breath, and then visualizing my target. You know, this is a target game. And I think when you get nervous, you forget that. You go straight to mechanics. And if you can just react to your target and be athletic as a good player, typically you'll hit a better shot.
Something this championship does is it highlights our team of 20. The importance of playing, in your mind, being such a great player and such a great leader in the game.
Yeah, I was excited to follow a bunch of them the last couple days and watch them playing. We're so proud of the team of 20. To earn the honor to play here in a PGA championship is something pretty incredible. And then to be here for the first time, even more incredible. But I followed Danny Ballin and Frank Bensel Jr. a little bit, both of whom had played here before in 2012. And they felt like the wind was even stronger this year. But, you know, they're ready for the test. They're excited. These are gentlemen who work every single day in the business as PGA professionals, but have brought their games with them to try to compete. And they're here wanting to compete.
This game is not only important to our team of 20, it's important to the past PGA champions as well. And you attended the Champions Dinner last night. Yeah. Give us an idea of what that was like.
It was such a special night. It was very intimate based due to COVID. So, you know, probably we had 25 in attendance, all of whom sharing stories about their championship win. Colin Morikawa, just so humble, stood up and gave the most wonderful speech, honoring everybody else in the room, and then saying he still wasn't sure it sunk in that he should be in the room, and how sweet and special that was. He served a ton of food and mentioned that his favorite thing was eating, which I highly doubt because he doesn't look like he eats all the time. But we had a really good meal, but it was just an honor to sit, not say anything, and just listen to great stories about major championship history. And Dave Stockton just told some unbelievable stories. So it was a wonderful night.
That's great. You know, and Suzy is a extremely busy woman, being past president of the PGA, going to champions dinners. But let's not forget that you are a very busy teacher at home, at Mirasol, director of instruction. So what impacts do you see with COVID, your teaching, and the activity at the club?
Yeah, I always say, with all due respect to anybody that suffered from COVID and this pandemic, which has been terrible for so many, the one thing that's come out of this that's been amazing is women's sports and golf. And so we've seen a huge uptick in our business at Mirasol. We don't have openings on our lesson calendar, which is a really good thing. And we're coaching a ton of people who are loving the game. And whether it's wonderful players who just want to play more and play better golf, or new players who have come out and really want to bring their families with them and engage in the game. And then, of course, we're tons of juniors who have now found golf, who maybe wouldn't have tried it before. So 600,000 new juniors, not at Mirasol, but 600,000 new juniors across the country is something that I think we're all really excited about. As they bring their friends in and we can double that over the course of the next year, get them in PGA Junior League, it'll be pretty incredible.
Before we let you go, just maybe give us an idea of one of the coaching mentors in your life. This is all about mentorship and inspiration on our Coaching Live channel and throughout the PGA of America. Who was your inspiration?
Oh my gosh, I can't answer that with one, so I have to give more than one. So Joe Tesori, a PGA professional that my mom was my first teacher, not a PGA professional, but she was smart enough when she couldn't help me anymore to bring me to a PGA professional named Joe Tesori from Central New York. And then Jim Flick, who I worked for years. But with Jim Flick, what I was so privileged to do was work with Bob Tosky and Martin Hall. I mean, so many, Mark Wood, Charlie Epstein, Ryan Small.
Okay, I'm putting you on the spot here.
Right? Mike Malaska. I mean, all these people, Kathy Wood, really gave me a passion, like I think all of us have, to love changing people's lives through the game of golf, and that's what we do.
Well, you've changed our life today by being here on our set, and I know this is a great moment for you to be here, and thank you for being here on our set here. Well, let's head it out to the first tee, and Scott and Joe are going to tell you what's going on.
We're going to do you
All right,
proud.
Steve, thank you, as we're here right on the spot where the tee is going to be tomorrow. On the card, it's going to be, what, 4 minus 396, so I can't do math right now. What's the 392?
Yeah, I scored higher in the verbal, so we're going to say it's somewhere in the 392 to 393 range.
Which sounds like it should be a short hole, short par 4, a gentle handshake, if you will, to get started, but it is not, particularly if the wind is anything like it is right now.
Well, and Scott, one of the things we did is we grabbed one of these little irrigation flags to show that the wind is actually funneling right between us right now. Now, tomorrow, the predictions are it's going to come from a little bit over in the northeast, which means it's going to go this way. This hole is hard enough into the wind. Now you've got a little bit of a quartering crosswind. We took a couple of quick shots out there to get to those trees on the corner. I think you said is about 264.
Yeah, so 264 to the trees that are in that waist area, just off the right side of the fairway. So playing in this wind is playing about 300 yards even to get to the corner.
And with just a little breeze tomorrow morning, that's going to be 280. So I think we'll see the players hitting to what we call the meat of the fairway, but that's just not an easy shot to hit it there. They're putting a lot into that swing to get the ball into the meat of the fairway. You and I laughed a little bit because we've played some 396 yards. How far does that hole look from here?
This looks like 600 yards away. It looks like a par 5.
Exactly. Intimidating, to say the least, for a gentle handshake.
Well, for you then, when you're on the tee and trying to get yourself ready, how do you handle that knowing that this might be your first shot?
I think it's quite handy that right before you get to the first tee, they have an extra chipping green because you may need it on this first hole, but literally, you really want to pick your lines here. If you can get the ball started out on your line, that's going to be a big plus and a big uplift to your day. I don't even think you're going to see guys trying to curve it too much and say if I can turn it into the wind or if I can use the wind. There's too much at stake here right now. If I can pick my line and hit it, I'll take the yardage I can get off of this tee.
Well, we're going to pretend that, we hit it right in the middle of the fairway. Later in the show, we'll show you both the fairway shot and then around the green as these players that start on the first hole have a shorter par 4, but it may still be a challenge here going forward in this 103rd PGA Championship.
All right, great stuff, guys. We're going to look at some Rolex featured groups and the times they're teeing off on Thursday for the 2021 PGA Championship. All right, 8:22 a.m. We've got Lee Westwood, Victor Hovland, and Xander Schauffele.
Lee Westwood has had some great finishes this year. Almost took the title at Bay Hill and the Players Championship. And then we move on to Group 22, right in the middle. Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, Brooks Koepka, all past champions. They've all have their name etched on that Wanamaker Trophy.
And so does Colin Morikawa in the
Yes.
8:44 a.m. Of course, last year's PGA Championship winner, Bryson DeChambeau, who we just saw bombing balls on the range, and Hideki Matsuyama, our Masters champion.
So many great players here. Group 34, Steve Stricker, Gator, Billy Horschel, and Daniel Berger. I guarantee you that pairing was made just because of Ryder Cup implications right there. I guarantee you, Billy Horschel, Daniel Berger, right in the mix for that Ryder Cup team at Whistling Straits.
Absolutely. 1:58 p.m. We've got Webb Simpson, Will Zalatoris, and Jordan Spieth. We had Will Zalatoris' mentor on earlier, David Price. What a cool guy and what a great story with him and Will.
And then Group 36 at 2:09 Eastern, the afternoon. They get to sleep in a little bit. Dustin Johnson, Shane Lowry, and Sergio Garcia. Great ball strikers, and they're going to need it tomorrow.
All right, with that, let's send it out to Colin Morikawa and Rick Sessinghouse.
Colin, at an early age, we always talked about creativity. Specifically for Kiawah, it's about wind. Crosswinds, we have downwind, into the wind. You need to not only control direction, but you need to control height. So we're gonna hit 4 shots: high draw, low draw, high fade, low fade.
High draw it is. You have to have control of your golf ball, especially when you're warming up. And I love working in it with a 5-iron. It's a little easier.
So we got low draw here, you're seeing it, you're feeling it. Beautiful. So we know there's mechanical things that cause these things, but knowing you, a lot of that has to do with feel and the creativity of visualization, correct?
Club face and path and everything have to be right, but especially if I can't feel my body doing it, then I know I'm gonna have a problem. It's like gut feeling.
Now we go to the other side of the equation. We're gonna go high
easy
fade.
side.
The easy side. Great. So we have low fade. Beautiful.
Obviously, fades kind of work to my favor, so I know I have those down. But now being able to play a lot of courses that I've played before, I'm gonna need other shots.
We're gonna do one more shot. I'm gonna surprise you here. At the top of the swing, I'm gonna tell you draw or fade.
Take a nice slow back.
Draw. So we've done this before in the past. Sometimes we overthink it, but if you're an athlete and react, I think that can also help us understand club face control on that. So that looked awesome.
We are
the PGA team of 20.
the PGA team of 20.
We are PGA professionals
from all across America.
We serve many different roles
Across the golf industry.
We're coaches,
Head professionals, directors of golf,
Motivators.
mentors, junior golf leaders.
and we all have one thing in common.
One thing in common.
We're all players competing in the PGA Championship.
For some, it's our first major. For others, we've been inside the ropes before.
Our passion for the game never ends.
And our training never stops.
And as members of the team of 20, we can't wait.
We can't wait
To play against the world's best.
The world's best. The world's best.
at the PGA Championship.
Peter Ballo grew up with a golf club in his hands, which only makes sense since he comes from a remarkable golfing family. His father, Mike Ballo Sr., has been a member of the PGA of America since 1965. The longtime PGA head professional in the Metropolitan PGA section competed in 6 majors during his career, including the 1967 PGA Championship. His mother, Paige, became a PGA member in 1983, and while working as a coach alongside her husband, she helped guide her son's journey in the game.
Mom, obviously, because she ran the junior program, Mom kind of really taught the fundamentals. You know, how to grip it the right way and how to swinging the proper way. And then once I kind of got big enough and strong enough, Dad kind of took over.
As the PGA assistant professional at Silvermine Golf Club in Norwalk, Connecticut, Peter's mentor at the club has a special connection to the Ballo family.
His dad made me in the business. I earned my PGA membership under his dad. I owe everything to what I learned from his dad. And so to help kind of me pay it forward to his son is pretty remarkable. I didn't think he'd do it this fast. He's the best because he works the hardest. It's just not talent. His commitment to his trade is just impressive. To see this on my watch, when he's my assistant, pretty cool.
Peter maintains a busy schedule at Silvermine, but his passion is coaching, especially his PGA Junior League team.
There was an instant bond with my kids, instant. He is so much fun, he's kind, he's generous with his time, and it's been the greatest.
He's going into the PGA Championship this year. I'm super happy for him.
The way they interact and the joy that I can see out of them is second to none.
If I could just take Pete and have him as the teacher of everything my kids could learn, it would be just the most ideal situation. He's the best. We consider Pete a friend, to think that a friend of ours and my kids' coach is going to be at the biggest golf stage in the world, competing for 4 straight days, hopefully 4 straight days, but would be, it's just an amazing, it'd be something we will never forget for the rest of our lives.
It's time now for our National Car Rental Go Like a Pro Twitter poll. And the question was, what part of your swing needs the most help? The choices were alignment, speed, balance, and grip. And the majority of our viewers said alignment. With that, we welcome you back in to our PGA Coaching Live set, brought to you by Cadillac, right here on the Players Practice Range, just steps from the Atlantic Ocean. And Joanna, with that alignment, show us the drill for our viewers at home.
Where I have an alignment stick in my hand. So golf's a very awkward sport where we're actually facing this way to hit something in that direction. So people struggle with alignment all the time. So I would highly encourage everyone to purchase an alignment stick. Make sure that your practice station is properly aligned. If you're a right-handed player, you're going to be aiming just parallel left with your toes, hips, and shoulders. So if that's that flag out in front of me, I'm aiming my club face at the flag, toes, hips, and shoulders aligned with that. Okay, now if I don't have an alignment stick and I'm playing golf, I would highly encourage you to pick an intermediate target that's on the line of the target that's about 3 to 6 inches ahead of the golf ball on the ground. The most important part of alignment is actually the club face. So we have to get the club face in the right place. So as I step in, I'm looking at my intermediate target, lining up my club face with that, and then again, toes, hips, and shoulders parallel left. Okay, alignment directly affects the club path, which affects your club face, so you must be aligned to hit good golf shots.
Let's send it out to our head pro at Kiawah Island Golf Resort, Stephen.
Hi, I'm Stephen Youngner, PGA Head Golf Professional here at the Ocean Course at Kiawah Island. We're here on the 13th hole, a 497-yard par 4. This hole presents all kinds of challenges for not only the championship players, but also lots of challenges for our day-to-day players. The biggest challenge we have on this hole is navigating the hazard that guards all the way to the green. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to hit the ball as far left as I can and stay in the fairway, give myself a long second shot, and do the best I can to try to make par from the fairway. So I'm going to try to line up as best I can at the right side of that sandy area and make a good confident swing. So there we go. I'm in the fairway and I've got a chance to make par. I hope this driving tip helps you in your next round at your local course.
I'm Michael Breed, 2012 PGA Teacher and Coach of the Year, and I want to talk to you about how you can make more putts by controlling the putter face. Now look, we've all been told, you know what, If I aim the putter to the left, it's going to go to the left. If I aim the putter to the right, it's going to go to the right. I'm not talking about controlling the aim of the putter head. What I'm talking about is controlling the loft of the putter head. So we start getting less loft. This is going down this way. If we start adding loft, it's going up into the air. Now, what does that do? Well, when I start adding loft to the putt or de-lofting the putter, I start creating a different impact point on the ball, which really alters the speed. And when you're changing speed, you have unpredictable or you don't have any control over the speed. Now all of a sudden what happens to you is you three-putt a lot. You miss short putts. You miss breaking putts. Here's what you're going to do to get control over that loft. You get an alignment stick and you put it in the cavity of the putter. Hold that with the trail hand. And then what we want to do is we want to make sure that we feel like there's a distance between the lead forearm and that alignment stick. Maybe it's an inch or two. But we want that to be maintained the whole way, just like that. Now, if I'm not maintaining the loft, if I'm altering it, now what you're going to see is you're going to see this alignment stick go back and forth like a windshield wiper. And when we start doing that, that's when we are really creating a huge discrepancy in the contact point and the distance that we're putting into the golf ball because we start altering that loft. Here's what you're going to do. Put this in here. Make a practice putting stroke. Now, you don't even have to look at the ball. Just make sure you're monitoring this distance between the forearm and the alignment stick. And then all of a sudden, you get a fairly consistent loft on it. And look at that ball. While it didn't go in, it had great speed. Do that drill for a little bit. And now what you're going to do when you get in here to really hit a putt is you're going to almost feel like you've got that alignment stick in there. And that's going to mean that the body is moving properly. You're not adding loft. You're not taking loft out. You're delivering a consistent loft and a predictable loft so that you can create a consistent and a predictable speed. Yes, that's how you do it. Make sure you pay attention to the aim of the putter, where it's going left and right, but also the loft on the putter. That is essential for being able to control speed. So you get rid of those three putts and you start making these putts that you feel like you should make. That's how you're going to become a better putter.
All right, Michael Breed's talking about how to putt, but we're here on the first tee or first fairway. By the way, great tee shot for you, Joe.
Well, I was going to say the same to you. Clearly, we're playing a scramble. That's the only way we could get it here.
Well, before we can use Michael Breed's tips, though, we're going to have to figure out how to get it from 148 onto this first green. And it's interesting because at this point in the fairway, this is actually on an upslope, which will be into the wind tomorrow. How do you approach this hole?
You hope that you stopped your ball about 8 yards shorter, or you just got over this next ridge, which is probably not going to happen. You'll see the players make a small adjustment maybe to the ball position in the stance, like we talked about on the range, maybe holding that ball flight a little bit lower, controlling the trajectory, and as you and I mentioned, a very unique green. And the description of it, we know it definitely falls off to the right side, but I think center of the green is not a bad choice.
Okay, so where the flag is now is about the target, regardless of where the flag is, particularly if that flag is on the right-hand side.
Yeah, and a lot of times the players, you know, in the very beginning of the round, they'll look at a big target like the tower that says #1 PGA. And from that standpoint, again, get the ball in the fairway, get the ball on the green, and take a couple of putts at it. A gentle handshake. Get yourself into the round, shake hands with Mr. Dye's creation, and go, let's see what he has to offer in the next few holes.
For these players, a driver or 3-wood, and then a 8-iron or 9-iron into the wind, boy, that's actually not a gentle handshake for a 396-yard hole.
No, and as you said, especially with the wind potentially coming northeast out of the northeast tomorrow, that could provide something where even if it is an 8-iron, they might grip down or hit a very controlled 7-iron just to keep the line on the ball and not let that ball pop way up in the air, because short of the green is what we call a false front. It looks friendly until you get up there.
Oh, and that's what we call a tease, because we're going to go up to the green next, show you some of the dangers there, and wrap up what this first hole will be as a challenge for these players starting tomorrow.
Scott, it's certainly going to be a challenge out there, but we're welcoming Derek Ingram to our PGA Coaching Live set. Welcome, Derek.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
PGA of Canada coach for the professional and the amateur team. You coach Corey Conners, who's playing in the championship here. What sort of things have you dialed in for Corey and dealing with this win in this behemoth of a golf course?
Well, I guess the top priority is to hit it solid, and we're fortunate Corey's one of the best ball strikers in the world. He's a tremendous driver and a great iron player. So just to remember, even when the wind is hammering, to make sure he gets the pressure back and then gets the pressure through. Something really simple that works really well for him. So that's one thing. We're trying not to change too much, even though it's going to be super difficult. I think the course sets up really well for him and will favor his game.
Well, he certainly had success. He won the Valero Texas Open. Wind aided there as well, and dealing with this wind. One thing I think about when I think of Corey Conners, though, is that smooth transition. It's so syrupy. How do you teach something like that?
I'd like to take credit for that, but I don't know if I really can. He's always had a fantastic tempo and rhythm, and honestly, a unique ability to get the ball in the middle of the club face. He's obviously trained it through hours and hours and hours. And again, another really good tip when it's super windy like this, he's going to try and finish his backswing or really just focus on having a nice rhythm, as well as, like I said, getting that pressure back so he can, so he can get it through.
Derek, take us through your week so far with Corey here at Kiawah Island.
Corey got here early. I actually worked with him Wednesday, Thursday, Friday last week, and he came over Sunday morning. He had never played the golf course before, so we wanted to check it out. And so he played 9 on Monday, 9 on Tuesday, 9 on Wednesday, and he played 9 on Sunday. So he's getting to, trying to get the feel for different winds. Around the greens, it's really demanding. So practicing both the putter around the greens, because it's tight out there and you can putt a lot of shots, and also using every club around the green, and specifically the 56 and 60. So prep's been good, trying not to over-prepare. It's a major, but he's played well in the last 2 majors. He's been top 12 in the last 2 majors, so he's expecting to play well, and he is playing well. So we're not broken right now.
You talked about his amazing ball striking, his tempo. How do you go about coaching the mental side of the game for Corey?
Actually, as a coach, I believe that you can't really teach anybody unless you're coaching both physical skills and mental skills. So like a little bit of subtle, soft self-talk when you're working with athletes, especially for them as well as you, So, a key tempo word for him might be nice and smooth, or have good rhythm. Those are simple, super simple things that are really effective. I think the average person at home would be so surprised at how simple some of the keys are that players have on the PGA Tour. I think, we feel like it's extremely complicated, and golf can be, but I think a lot of times they're really good at having one feel or one thought that simplifies maybe several things. It makes it really easy for them.
And we talked about off camera, you played the Canadian Tour for a couple of years back in 1999 and 2000. We just missed each other, actually, up there north of the border. But the importance of your playing background and having that experience under the gun and those things that you pass along, not only to Corey, but all the other students in the national amateur teams that you coach.
I do think it's been an advantage to have played competitively, not probably as well as you, but I was a good player.
Not me.
And so I think, being able to relate to the pressure that you face in these situations has helped me to become a little better coach and a little more understanding. I always say to Corey, I'll give him some feedback and I'll say, but you can't believe how amazing it is, or how easy it is from outside the ropes where I'm standing right now compared to where you are. So being able to relate and understand what they're going through, I think, has really helped.
Well, Derek, thank you so much for joining us here on our PGA Coaching Live set, sponsored by Cadillac. We really appreciate your time and your insight into the game, and best of luck to you and Corey and all your people that you inspire and teach every day.
Yeah, thanks so much, Derek. We really appreciate it. Let's check in with our 2020 defending champion, Collin Morikawa.
And action!
Pictures up!
Pictures up!
It's all about it's called. Hi, I'm Collin Morikawa, and this is Behind the Scenes with Cadillac. That's a beast of a car right there. Woo. That thing looks amazing. It's super spacious, which I kind of love. Shoot, see you guys. Oh, it is not warm. I barely went over the water. Let me think about this one really quick. is fun. There we go. Hands free. That is awesome. Yeah, we're gonna do that again. Sorry. It's actually exciting every time I do it. Thanks for following along. That's a wrap. In every golf journey, the next opportunity is always just ahead. But some goals can feel like an uphill climb, even intimidating, especially if you're on your own. But in the game of golf, helping hands are all around us. Whether you dream of a championship or you're just trying to learn the ropes, PGA coaches are ready to provide the knowledge and support you need to take the next step.
And a California kid is the new star in the game of golf.
Just like my PGA coach has always done for me. Find your PGA coach at pga.com/coach.
I'm self-taught, left-handed golfer from Minnesota. Not exactly what you would paint as a really good golfer. I do things my own way. I have a lot of fun with it. The successes in this game are so sweet because they come so difficult. I've played in 4 PGA championships and 9 other PGA Tour events, and you know, it's still a work in progress. I know I'm good now, but I'm not where I want to be. It's just that endless process of achievement and accomplishment, and I've been lucky to have some successes, and it just makes me hungry for more. I'm Alex Beach, and I am a member of the PGA Team of 20.
I'm PGA professional Michael Breed, standing on the first tee at the Ocean Course at Kiawah, and you know the intimidation of this, bunkers down the right-hand side. You stand on that first tee, and I am telling you, you get a little bit nervous. Now, how do we ease the nerves? How do we get you to be able to hit that shot that you know you're capable of, but man, did it make the trip from the range to the first tee? Here's what you're going to do. You're going to make sure that you see a good shot and make sure that you practice that tee shot on the range before you come to the first tee. Now, what I suggest doing is having a go-to shot. I like to hit cut shots. This is what you're hearing. Rory McIlroy talked about how he's predominantly going to a cut shot. Dustin Johnson is going to the cut shot. Brooks Koepka, all these great players. Jordan Spieth even going to the cut shot with the driver. This is something that is going to be advantageous for you to get in the fairway. Here's what you're going to do. You got to make sure that you've got your path of the club going over to the pull side, and then you've got to make sure that the face is going over to the push side. So, path, face. Now, it's not going to be that exaggerated. I'm going to take that out of the way here, and I'm going to set this grip just a little bit weak. So my lead thumb is going to be down the shaft a little bit. Instead of being on the side, it's going to be down the shaft like that. That's going to help weaken up that club face. My trail hand's going to match up to where that lead hand is, and then all I'm going to do here, now that I've got the face all set up, I'm going to make sure that I'm getting this club to come across to the pull side here. I've got my target's going to be right down that sort of the left side of the fairway, right over the stairs that are going up from the waist area into the fairway there. Here we go. And what you can see is that it starts down the left-hand side, a nice little cut back into the fairway. I'm in the fairway. Now I can breathe in, breathe out, make sure you're happy with your shot. You're going to walk confidently and comfortably down the first tee. Here's what you need to appreciate. Get control over that face. Make the path and the face oppose one another. Path left, face right, ball's going to start left and have a nice little butter cut to it. That one there started about 3 degrees to the left, had about 500 RPMs of right spin. You want to get rid of those first tee jitters. You want to be able to perform on the first tee shot. Make sure you, A, practice it on the range, and then B, have your go-to shot, whether it's a draw or a fade. Doesn't matter to me, but they have to oppose one another, the path and the face, in order for you to get it into the fairway. Enjoy that. I know that's going to help you shoot lower scores.
And we welcome you back to our PGA Coaching Live set presented by Cadillac. And I'm joined now by the Director of Instruction at Pine Ridge Golf Club and Golf Galaxy Bayshore, Rich Jones. And Rich, we were just watching Bryson DeChambeau hit balls over 300 yards into the wind. And I think one of the big themes nowadays is everyone wants to maximize their distance, but it's not always about power, is it?
No, absolutely not always about power. You want to be able to control your distance. And it's so important in order to control your distance. One, we talked about timing, we talked about tempo, but you also have to know your path, right? In terms of starting the golf ball in the right direction. And conditions where the wind is blowing like it is today and probably going to blow as hard as it for the entire week, you've got to somehow not only control your golf ball, but know the path. Call me the drill master, right? I've got a whole lot of drills, and you know I've started with a whole bunch of stuff, so I've got another drill for you. And this is just going to help you, start the golf ball on the right path, right? So as a right-handed golfer, my normal shot is a fade, right? So I come a little bit over the top, and a lot of golfers out there want to figure out, hey, how can I start the golf ball from the right side, okay, from the 7 o'clock position to the 1 o'clock position. So I'm going to demonstrate that. I have a 6-iron here. I'm going to try to flight the golf ball started on the right side and possibly let it come back to the left. So here's what I have here. I have a tee that I set up about 3 to 4 inches behind the golf ball, and I have another tee that I put just closer to my left foot. I start with the golf ball just about 2 inches behind the first tee, and the goal here is to miss the one on the outside. If you do hit the one on the outside, that means you're coming away from the from the outside, so you're coming over the top. The idea is to swing the club and really extend the club all the way through with a nice grip and rotate the club, let it go towards your target. Let's go and see if I can pull this off. I missed the one on the outside, missed the one on the inside. My club went all the way through, getting the golf ball going down the line. Practice that before you take to the golf course.
Play the 9-Shot Challenge presented by the 2021 PGA Championship now through Sunday for a chance to win some incredible prizes, including a trip to next year's PGA Championship. Visit topgolf.com/9shotchallenge for more information. And with that, we send it out to the range where Scott and Joe.
Yeah, Melanie, so we're out here at the first green, or I should say, I'm not at the first green. Joe is at the first green. I, as Kenny Loggins might say, am in the danger zone. Tell me why. I thought you'd like that. Tell me why this is the area that players are going to want to avoid.
Well, we mentioned it back in the fairway, kind of a false front, and the way that design, this just looked like a gentle little roll down, but there's a good 6 feet of difference between where you and I are, and this is one of the more gentle rolls or false fronts, meaning if your ball does not carry all the way to the green and has any spin on it, if you're hitting the ball into the wind, it's going to have some spin on it, just in case you were wondering. If that's the case, we've got to carry the ball literally at least a good 5 or 6 yards onto this green to reach our target in the middle of the green. And I'm not sure this is the only spot on this particular hole. If we walk over here, we've got another area over to the right. Again, there's your danger zone over there. You're going to want to keep the ball, even if the is over, keep the ball a little bit more towards the center and a little bit left of the flag.
And remember, the green, so the wind is going to be coming from the northeast, which means it's coming toward my direction, right toward this fall off.
There's a lot going on in this hole. There's a lot, even as gentle and rolling and beautiful as this green looks, playing the right distance and the right yardage and controlling your golf shot, as we talked about back in the fairway, controlling the trajectory is probably the key to getting the ball on a fairly, I would say, generous landing surface. Don't get greedy on that first hole.
This is exactly why, even starting on number 1, all the way out to 4, 5, you're going to be playing into the wind. It is not going to be an easy start for these first tee starters here in the 103rd PGA Championship.
All right, welcome back to our PGA Coaching Live set presented by Cadillac. And Steve, let's talk a little bit about pairings, maybe pet peeves on the golf course. What makes a good pairing and what makes just an absolutely horrible person to play with?
Well, it's, when you have negative vibes in a group, when you have somebody, you hate the club thrower or the guy who's just a complainer all the time, no matter what, those can bring you down. And the other way, you can get a group where people are very positive and people are very, they're just very chatty and very easy to play with. And it's hard to find those players when you get out here. A lot of times it's those players who have had the relationships over college or through the amateur ranks. But yeah, it's a great time out here, and it certainly can make it ebb and flow throughout the day.
Yeah, nobody likes the slow players, but my biggest pet peeve are people who put multiple balls down. They'll take a shot, they don't like it, they're like, all right, let's play another one.
Right, yeah, that's the mulligan, yes. There's no mulligans out here, though. A few of the guys maybe wish they had a few mulligans off of the first tee, and but it's one of those things where, yes, it can bring you down if you have a whole group, and conversely, the whole group, sometimes you'll see a whole group play great and shoot 4, 5, 6 under par, every single one of them. So you can draft off the people like NASCAR.
Yeah, well, we've got some featured groups for tomorrow who have no problem with poor course etiquette. Let's look at these tee times again. Group 21, Lee Westwood, Victor Hovland, and Xander Schauffele. That'll be a good start.
Victor Hovland, I'm very high on Victor Hovland. He's got such great ball striking stats, 4th in the tee to green stats on the PGA Tour. He's young, he's hungry. Xander Schauffele's knocked on the door. He won the Tour Championship back a few years ago. Lee Westwood, he's the sentimental guy in that group, I think. Was runner-up a couple times back-to-back just a few months ago in the Players' Championship and at Bay Hill. He is knocked on there. He's in pretty good form, and he's got really nothing to lose, but we would love to see Lee Westwood capture that. And then we get to that middle group, all the past PGA champions, Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, Brooks Koepka. I mean, a lot of eyes on that group, Melanie.
Certainly a bunch of favorites in that group and so much buzz around Rory McIlroy right now. And then when you look at Group 23, 8:44 a.m. Eastern Time, Colin Morikawa, of course, last year's PGA Championship winner. We've got Bryson DeChambeau and, of course, Hideki Matsuyama.
Bryson with the U.S. Open victory at Winged Foot, really just breaking through on the major championship scene, and as well as Hideki Matsuyama, really all first-time champions recently in that pairing, that group right there. So, I mean, Hideki's gone through a lot. He head back to Japan, and just all the media hype and everything. It's been great to see him take off and fulfill the promise that we all knew that he had.
And a few more groups for tomorrow. We've got Group 1 at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Patrick Rada, of course, taking the first shot of the tournament. Adam Long and Cameron Tringale.
Yes, Patrick Rada, the first tee shot, one of our team of 20. He went to the University of South Carolina. He was on our set yesterday. Great golf professional at MacArthur Golf Club in Hobe Sound, Florida, and gets to play with a couple PGA Tour winners right there, right out of the box. That's a great group right there when the wind is down. And then moving on to that 850 group with Jason Scrivener, Stuart Smith, who was also on our set, one of our team of 20, the 59-year-old coming in, and then Emiliano Grillo as well in that group.
And then Group 15, of course, 7:16 a.m. Eastern Time. Rob Labritz, who we had on the show yesterday, awesome guy. Brennan Steele and Mark Leishman.
Yeah, two-time low club professional Rob Labritz, part of our team of 20.
Earlier this week, the PGA had a PGA Junior League. Let's take a look.
I see all the PGA Tour players and I really want to be like them.
I just love seeing them play these beautiful courses and seeing their game blossom under such a perfect golfing environment.
I really like the short game area because, short game is one of the most important parts of the game. I really love how I get to improve and how I get to build on what I learn and getting to set goals and to see myself maybe even accomplish them. First time I took a swing, I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. As I practiced more and more, I just realized that it's a lot of fun to play it. I want to go chase my dreams and be able to, become a golfer one day. Drive to the championship!
Good looking shot there, Doug.
Cocktails count. Good count for that. Oh, nice.
We welcome you back to our PGA Coaching Live set presented by Cadillac, and we are now joined by Boyd Summerhays, coach of Tony Finau, and his cousin Joe Summerhays, who's a member of our team of 20. How's it going, guys? How's your week been so far?
That's been fantastic for me. It's incredible to be out here with the tour pros and learn how to play some tough golf. It's a lot different. It's a very difficult course, and so it was fun to play a practice round with Tony and learn a few secrets.
Boyd, what does he have in store for this tournament? You've been out on this course, the wind is whipping. What's it looking like?
Yeah, first off, I'm just proud of my cousin Joe.
Yeah.
We played tons of golf growing up together, and he's continued to work on his game. He's 49, he's kept his body in great shape, and he just keeps on playing great golf, so I'm just excited to be here with him. But yeah, he knows what to expect now, being here a few days. Hit it straight, make putts, hit good iron shots, good chips. I mean, it tests everything here, so he's going to need it all.
The Summerhays family, we know, it just, I mean, we could just stock all the tours with the Summerhays family alone. Joe, when did you know, at what age did you really know that you were part of kind of golfing royalty in a way?
Yeah. You don't know for a while. Probably when my dad made the Champions Tour, you know, that started to kick in. But as a young kid, I just grew up with a club in my hands. I had no idea. You know, I thought, wow, this is an easy game. But then you start teaching it, and you realize, wow, this is a really difficult game. But in our family, we make it look easy. So.
Yeah, right, Boyd. I mean, you certainly have a plethora of students. Wyndham Clark, Tony Finau, who's been knocking on the door. And just watched you out there on the range, actually. I saw a little longer backswing out of Tony Finau. What was that about, maybe?
Yeah, well, the last 4 or 5 holes are going to be in this wind direction where it's coming into you. And as hard as he was hitting his driver today, just trying to keep it straight, because that's the problem here is they're long holes, but you got to be accurate too. So he almost felt like he was trying to hit it too straight, and then he was too far back into the green. So he's just making sure he had enough speed to get there in 2 on number 18 and number 15 and some other holes. So
well, we saw Wyndham Clark make a hole-in-one on the 17th hole, talking about hitting it straight all over social media.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty great stuff. What do you think of his chances this week?
Yeah, I think he has distance off the tee, and that's going to matter this week for sure. You want some, shorter iron shots into the greens to be able to stop him. So, he definitely is going to have a decent chance.
Joe, part of our team of 20 who earned a berth right here from the PPC a few weeks ago. The feelings that you had in qualifying for this event, and just the passion that you have for coaching the game as well back in Utah.
Oh yeah, coaching is so fun. I do have a passion for helping people. It's awesome to see the look in a student's eyes when they hit a good shot. And as far as the excitement of being here and qualifying for it out in Florida, having my kids on the bag was really special. And it doesn't get anything better than that to share this with my family, and especially my kids who are going to be caddying for me.
And Boyd, where did your passion for coaching originate?
Well, when I knew I wasn't good enough to keep playing, I never really thought I would be a coach. But when I started teaching, I found that there is that rush and that enjoyment and satisfaction from helping somebody play better. And so it's been about 10 years I've been teaching full time, and I love it. So yeah, I think it was early on, just seeing other people improve. I didn't realize that was going to be a rush, and it was. So I've loved it ever since.
Well, Boyd, I mean, the ability to have such a great family and all the great the great passion that you have for coaching. I mean, what sort of things have you shared with Joe that maybe you work with, either Wyndham or Tony?
Yeah, well, me and Joe are super close. We're like brothers. We traveled the mini tours together. He caddied for me some on tour, and anytime he's playing great, I'm always wanting to know what he's doing. But I just told him basically just have fun. He earned his spot here. He's played great to be here, and just enjoy it, soak it in, and he's doing that.
Well, we've got the Wanamaker Trophy behind us today, and I know who your favorites are, but is anyone outside of Joe or Tony that you like to maybe hoist that on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to look at someone that drives it well. You got Victor Hovland driving it great. You got Rory coming off a win, and he's won here already, and he's playing great and in form. John Rahm drives the ball great and is good at all aspects of the game. Justin Thomas. I think you're looking for guys that are solid in all areas, because this is going to test every aspect of the game.
Got to have a well-rounded game. Well, Joe and Boyd Summerhays, thanks so much for joining us on PGA Coaching Live. It was an absolute pleasure to have you.
Thanks for having us.
And that's going to do it for our 5 o'clock hour today on PGA Coaching Live presented by Cadillac. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for 2-hour-long episodes of PGA Coaching Live. We can't wait to see you then. Have a great day.